Hello there, my name is Rebecca Jones. I hail from the great state of New York, but I'm actually upstate New York. I live on 10 acres. So when anyone thinks New York, they think city. That's not me. I'm actually in the country. I've been in the appraisal, I should say the real estate profession since the mid-80s. I became a real estate broker, and then what I evolved, or an evolution, into becoming an appraiser in the early 90s. And I have been doing it ever since, and I will continue to do this until I no longer can. So I love being an appraiser. So it was a homeowner who had called me up wanting to figure out the value of their property because of what I call the COVID factor, right? So unfortunately, this gentleman lost his wife within the last 4 months. So you could tell he hadn't been around people for a long time. So he wanted to spend a lot of time talking with me. He was a real estate developer. So what was really unusual though, is once I got done at the site, took about an hour, he followed me to every comparable sale after the inspection. He told me he was going to, and I told him that was not a problem. Because I knew it was more of that, gosh, I want to know what she's doing around people, but it was just kind of odd for me. So every time I would go by the comparable, he would say, now why are we using this comparable? So he would actually want to have a reason for it. So he got his education along the side of taking the comparable sales. All in all, it was fine, but it's just something I had never run into in my 30 plus years being in the profession. Great, so what I really want to share with my peers or anyone starting out in this profession, number one, this is the greatest profession to be in. Being an appraiser is you're half behind your desk and half in the field. But the biggest plus for me has been getting involved with my local association of realtors. In New York State, appraisers are realtors because we're required to join the multiple listing system. So we have to join the local association, the state association, and the national association. So appraisers, only having an appraiser license, I am a realtor. Understanding realtor doesn't mean I sell real estate. Realtor means I'm a member of the club and I'm paying club dues. So for my fellow appraisers, you really need to get involved with your local organization. Start getting involved with the committees. For me, I actually became the local president of our association of realtors and was able to influence the multiple listing system, making sure we had the right photos, making sure all that data was there for us appraisers. So that's probably the biggest tip I would give to any of my peers. And actually I do all the time. You need to get involved with your local association. And then let's add to that. What about your state association of realtors? New York State has been very effective with the appraiser groups at the state level, and we have been able to influence policy at the state level. Then you have the next level, which is the federal level, and being part of what we call the big gorilla in the room, because that's how NAR is referred to. It is very positive for appraisers to have that large influence, and then we can educate those other members of the club. So please get involved with your local association of realtors.